Okay, and we're live.
We made it.
Yay! Can everybody hear each other fine still?
Yes.
Sorry for
Okay,
the
okay.
difficulties.
Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody, for getting started late, but welcome to episode 4 of the Venture Maidens podcast. I am your dungeon mistress, Celeste Konowich. You all want to go around and say your names and character names?
Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm playing Arnadel, the moon elf warlock.
I'm Sage, and I'm playing Cara Brunhilde, the barbarian.
I'm Nassim, and I'm playing Sawye. Let's say it together.
Sawye.
Sawye.
Sawye, there we go.
Sawye.
Sawye Noor, and she's a human monk.
Awesome. Okay, well, before we get started on the new content for this episode, I kind of wanted to go around and let's address, you guys just leveled up last time.
Whoop, whoop.
You guys want to talk about your new stuff? Why don't you start on Arnadel?
Ooh, I just got granted a pact boon from the mysterious entity that is giving me powers. I now have, I chose Pact of the Chain. It allows me to essentially have a special little familiar that I can access whenever I want. I chose to have a silver, a pseudo dragon. I haven't figured a name for it yet. I'm sure that maybe Celeste can put something around for that to erupt. But and then I got another spell. I chose invisibility because I think that might be pretty sweet.
Handy dandy.
Kara.
Alright, yes, since we're level 3, I chose the Path of the Berserker, which means that while I am raging, I could fly into a berserker frenzy, and on each of while I'm raging, I can use my bonus action on every round to make an attack.
Sweet. And Sawye?
I got another key point and learned how to deflect missiles so I can stop a missile or ranged weapon coming my way, and I get the chance to reduce its damage. And if I reduce it all the way to 0, I then catch it and I can use it as a weapon myself. And then I got to choose my monastic tradition, so I'm going with the way of the 4 elements. I'll cast elemental spells and stuff and bend the elements. I'm going to be an avatar, essentially.
Sweet. All right.
Freaking
Cool.
sweet.
And then let's go right into the recap. All right, so what happened on the last episode of Venture Maidens?
Yes.
Well, we're now a part of the Sisters of Sorrow, right?
We partied a lot.
Yeah, we did party. You
Oh
guys
yes, that's right.
arm wrestled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's one
won.
we were part of. She did. Their natural 20.
And then I got spat on.
Yeah, I did a spit take with her ale.
I took some more notes.
We
and
visited.
learned... Oh, go ahead.
We visited Reggie Prospect and we collected a gold reward, which was super sweet.
Yeah, 10 gold pieces. Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Along with an additional 5 gold pieces from the sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we open that later.
And then we got some ravens, told us to investigate Madame Fortuna's secret, or something like that. And
Yes, Madame Fortuna has a secret.
Is it the last unicorn?
That's her secret. She has the last unicorn.
She has.
Oh!
No! Oh, God, it's been ruined.
Yeah, but we have learned that that in Hog's Hollow, a carnival went through town, and Charlie Saltman was absolutely beside himself because his daughter Ronnie ran off to join the circus, and that was very out of her character.
we also killed the shit out of a bunch of goblins.
Oh yeah, we
did.
sure did. On the
Oh
way
yeah,
back to
Jerry.
Hog's Hollow.
Poor Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah.
Think of his family.
I'm
His
just
wife
an
and
honest goblin.
kids. Yeah,
That's
you
great.
had a monk off with that goblin in the shopping
we
cart.
got some spoils, spoils of their cart. A little more gold, or no, silver, a little more silver and some sweet ass new threads.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sweet new kicks. Okay, and then so you got
and
back
then we saw the owl. There we go. That was the hook. We
Oh,
did it
yeah.
all.
Oh, that was
We saw a big
the
one.
hook. I turned on detect magic, and that owl is enchanted as shit. It's super enchanted. Very, very brilliantly enchanted.
Yeah,
And it wants us to follow it. It looks like it wants us to follow it down the road.
Yeah.
So you guys had, after talking to Charlie and asking some questions about the carnival, do you remember, Lanadel, what you had learned from those checks?
Uh,
There are at least 10 people.
I was very distracted the tail end of that. I made a history check, and I remember. Okay, now I remember. There was a trend of missing maidens. One missing maiden from each stop that this carnival went through, but nobody really paid any attention to it because they were always. It sounded like self-inflicted, like, oh, fuck you, town, I'm out, and everybody was like, oh, I guess she wasn't happy. Never really investigated it.
And you remember you had actually heard tales of this carnival from long before, about 50 years ago was the last time this carnival had been seen.
Ooh.
Specifically. And then once people started to investigate and get upset because all the missing girls, the carnival mysteriously shut down, disappeared, but now it seems to be back again.
Is Madame Fortuna living off of these girls?
Probably.
Stealing their life force.
Yep.
I don't know, I'm just
A
a DM.
crazy vampire.
Did we learn, is this just like your generic carnival with regular ass attractions, or is there anything in particular that people are that sets it apart from?
So they seem like the normal run of carnival shows. They mentioned the townsfolk. There had been this really beautiful menagerie of all of these birds that they had seen, and then there had been a bard who was singing and dancing, and they had a weaponsmith, a sword swallower. There had been a snake charmer, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was the most exciting thing anybody's seen in Hogs Hollow for a real long time.
Cool. That's awesome. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be totally attached to. That's one of my absolute favorite movies. So I'm just and a unicorn.
In that movie, her name was Mommy Fortuna. This is Madame Fortuna.
I know.
Different.
I know. It is one of my favorite movies. So I was like, carnival, traveling, thing missing. I'm just kidding.
What?
Anyway, ladies, let's go get this owl.
Yeah, so last time you had left off, after talking to Charlie, you had gone to investigate the actual campsite where the wagons had been parked outside of town. You had found wagon tracks leading off to the south into the forest. You'd been looking around investigating, so it's about 6 at night, so the sun is already set, because remember you're in fall. And then you had looked up to the screeching of a large bird that had landed on a branch by you, and you had seen this huge snowy white owl stop and look at you, and then flap off into the distance and waited for you, seeming to indicate that it wanted you to follow.
Now, when you mean large owl, is this something that's big enough for us to ride, or just
No.
Gigantic owl.
like the size of a dog perched in a tree?
Yes, a real big ol' owl.
Okay.
I mean, you guys can make checks to see if you know what kind of owl this is.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check.
Kara might know.
I'm gonna make a
nature
nature
check.
check.
I got a 23 for Arcana.
Okay.
I got 17 for nature.
Look at that. It's a natural 20.
Thanks for that.
You're rolling so nicely right off the bat.
Sounds good. Woo! Episode 4. Okay, so Sage, you would know that this is definitely a snowy owl. So this owl is not native to this region. You would never normally see this kind of owl here. And then it also, on top of that, looks much larger than these birds typically are. So this is either a paragon of its species, or something's up, because you know this kind of owl would not be here normally. And then with your, sorry, Britt, what did you get on your Arcana?
23.
23. Okay. So I'm going to put that in conjunction with your detect magic that you have turned on. So looking closer at the owl, you can very much tell this is a huge, huge enchantment is placed on this owl. And it specifically seems to be some kind of transformation magic. Like someone has cast a spell onto this owl, and it is affected by that. It's not an inherently magical creature.
Would I know that if the magic is making this owl larger, if that's like a symptom of the magic?
You're not really sure.
And
You can't tell specifically what spell it is, but you know a spell has been cast on this creature.
can I tell if it's super powerful?
Well, you don't think the bird itself is magical, if that makes sense. There's some kind of magical effect.
I meant like is the magic that was cast on it, like from a powerful magic
Yes,
caster?
it's extremely powerful.
Okay.
You can tell that just by looking at it.
Okay. Hey guys, this owl isn't playing
It's
around.
not from these parts.
Yeah, whoever is using this little owl or cast this spell, and this owl's got some oomph to their spells.
The owl twists its head around again and goes, hoo, hoo, and then
And let's go. Onward, forward.
Oh, what a cutie!
Kara's a little creeped out about it. She doesn't like things that fly.
So you guys are following.
I want to I would love to get my hands on this owl.
Okay. So every time you get,
Just want to cuddle it.
Well,
every
study it.
Every time you get closer to the owl, it flaps and moves to another branch about 10 feet away and stops and waits patiently for you. Actually, can you all make nature checks for me?
Okay.
Because you're being led into deep forest right now, so it's really hard to walk
14.
and navigate. And then it's also the moon is hidden behind the clouds and it's dark.
Ooh,
Okay.
can I do a survival instead of nature since my survival's higher?
I don't think it matters for me. I rolled a 2.
Oh,
I got a 22 for survival.
okay. So Soya and Kara, you're doing fine, but Arnadel every few steps, like tripping over roots and falling and stumbling and making a whole lot of noise. And every time you make a big old noise, the owl kind of flaps its wings and waits and hoo hoo hoo.
Every time the owl flaps from one position to another, Kara's like trying to run up and trying to like grab it because Arnadel said she wanted it.
Oh, thanks. I didn't say I wanted it. Well, you know I want it because I like to study these things.
I'm just laughing at this little dwarf trying to hop up and catch an owl. I'm just like, oh, that's cute.
Can I rip off the bottom parts of my robes? And that I assume that might be what's causing me to stumble so hard.
Oh, but these are your nice new robes you got from the goblins. Are they? Sure. Yeah, you can totally tear up your robes. You want to?
Aww.
Yeah, just for the chance to re-roll so I can get better at walking.
Sure.
Okay, it happens to
Kara's
all
like,
of us.
I'll give you a piggyback, Arnie. Don't worry.
Much better. So nature check, that's going to be a 16.
Okay, that's better. All right, so you kind of tear off your robes, like, I'm done with this, and then you're tired of all like the scrapes and everything on your arm. Like you've come to that point where you just get pissed off now. But once your robes have been torn, you manage to start picking your way over branches, and you're not snagging on things as much. Cool. So you guys follow this owl for about an hour, and at this point you're starting to get really tired. It's really difficult to navigate. You know that also wherever this owl is leading you, you probably would not have been able to find whatever this path is on your own. It seems very, very strange and twisty. And then you follow for about another 30 minutes. And then can you guys make listen checks for me, please?
Do we know
Perception.
which way,
Sorry, shit.
in that one map you drew out for us last time, which way are we going from Hogshull? Are we going north, like towards the mountainy area?
South.
Or
So you're
deeper?
going south. You're going deeper into the forest. So actually I can pull up the map for you.
Oh,
and
okay.
show.
Where are
So
you?
wait, did perception or listen? Oh, we don't have
Perception.
listen.
Yeah,
It's-
so
it's
listen is
all
a
wrapped
5,
up.
3.5.
That's a 15. That's a 15 for Sawyer.
I rolled a 14.
I got a 10.
Okay.
I'm too focused on the owl.
You're trying to jump up and catch it, but there's just no hope for you. I mean, it's up in the trees 10, 15 feet above your head.
Oh, Kara.
Oh, Kara, sweet Kara.
Let's see you do better, Twinkle Toes.
I don't
monk.
want her.
There's the cute little
She
map.
didn't ask me to get it for her, so, get it herself.
So are we traveling through the hills? On the...
Okay. Can you see the little square on the map I drew?
Yes.
Yeah.
Map
That's where you're going. So,
Through the butt trees.
right into the track.
my favorite kind of trees.
Butt trees. Me too.
Okay, I'm just gonna show this to the audience real quick. Okay, so you're traveling southwest, actually, of Hogs Hollow, and you're coming to the point right where the forest is starting to meet the mountains in the area. So you're getting to a stark kind of climate change. So the trees begin to thin out, and you start to see the mountain in the distance. And as you made your perception checks, you all can hear sounds of shuffling and moving, people in the distance. You hear voices, and you see a curl of smoke coming from the distance.
Whoa.
And as you get closer and kind of come to the edge of the tree line, you can see a little encampment set up. So you see from this distance one really, really large wagon made of wood. But it's huge, a huge traveling wagon, and then painted in silvery letters on the side, it says Madame Fortuna's Traveling Roadshow. And then you see
That was
there are
fortuitous.
I
There are-
tap one of you guys on the shoulder and I'm like, what's it say?
This says Madame Fortuna's.
Oh, she's got a secret!
Wait, I wanted to turn Detect Magic on. Can I see if anything is magical?
There
I
is
love
a
this feature.
whole lot of magic going on at this place. You see the one big cart that you were looking at is just full of that blue enchantment magic. And then you look over and there are 3 tents also. 2 of them look normal, are not magical. And then there's a third tent that's like this purple rich color that has all of these painted little silver stars all over it. And then in silver lettering again, Madame Fortuna is across the top, and that tent is magical.
Okay.
You can
Animals.
also tell there's more magic in there. Yes, and then there's a third cart, which is smaller than the other 2, but you can see a bunch of iron bars over the front of it. But it also looks like it has a black cloth that's been draped over the top of it. There's a lot of magic in there.
How big is this encampment? Like, are they a radius of like 60 feet, or
Yeah,
how
they're
much
taking
land?
up like 400 by 400 feet.
Ooh,
Whoa,
okay.
that's huge.
Yeah.
Well, there's the main wagon is really, really big. So it's about like think of the size of a mobile home.
Mm.
Jesus Christ! I didn't know they
Mhm.
could get. Well, I guess they're magical. Whatever. But the page with the draped cloth over it, is the magic coming from within and like
Inside. There's
inside?
something
Okay.
inside that's magical.
Got it.
The cart
Okay.
itself is not magical.
Do
So
you
the
guys
big
think we
big ass
should
cart is
split?
magic.
Should we split up and
I don't
try to cover more ground?
I don't know if
You can also see in the middle of all of this area, so these carts are all kind of arranged in a ring, with the tents as well, and then the smoke is curling up from the center. So you can't see exactly into that area, but you assume there's a campfire.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I have this handy dandy invisibility spell that can last for up to an hour.
Ooh.
That's nice for a
Sweet.
second. What, are you guys third level now? Third level
Yeah.
still?
I saw that. I was like, well, don't mind if I do.
Yes, please.
Well, thank you.
I will
guys
take
want
that.
me to go do some reconnaissance, or Kara, I'm sure you have some sweet nature skills where you could use foliage and stuff.
So you're
Well,
right.
I'd-
You're still in the tree line right now, but if you were to move 5 feet ahead of you, you'd be out of tree cover.
Oh, okay.
Right.
It just cuts off.
Yeah, it cuts out. Well, everything's kind of thinned off, and it looks like they've chosen this spot intentionally because the trees are a little thinner here, and then you're getting into like the rocky hill area as it's transitioning into mountains on the other side of the camp.
Got it. That's yeah. How smart! You're protected by the mountains.
Yep.
From shitty weather.
Also,
Cool.
you're very, very sure that you could have never found this place alone. And as you look around, you notice your owl companion is gone.
Oh, I wonder
No.
if they think you to it.
Does it look abandoned, or is it like really crowded, filled with people?
So you can't see into the center area now, but you hear voices coming from the middle. So you'd have to move closer. So right now you're about 30 feet away.
Oh. I actually might be able to cast this on somebody else as well.
I'm a very stealthy motherfucker, so if you wanna...
Yeah, also keep in mind, invisibility doesn't give you bonuses on stealth.
Right.
Likely.
I can't. I only have second level spell slots, but next time I level up, or whenever I can get third level, I will be able to cast invisibility on somebody else. But fortunately, I cannot do that yet. I'm sorry. I got
Well, I will... I don't know. I say we get in there, but don't let anyone see. Let's try and find what's Ronnie first. Let's try and find her first before we talk to people.
Yeah, well, let's stay within the trees and kind of try and like flank and sneak around until I kind of like get on the other side.
Just sneaking around tents.
Well, I'm gonna make sure that I'm somewhere where they can't hear me or anything, because it does have verbal.
Okay, if you cast it right now, you can do it quietly, and they won't.
Okay, so I cast invisibility on myself.
Kara's like, whoa, where'd Arnie go?
She's where the owl
reaches
went.
her.
She's talking. She's right there, dude. Like, relax.
Oh.
It says that the spell will end if I decide to attack or cast a spell. So I'm just gonna use this specifically for reconnaissance work, and I would like to go and see if I can find Ronnie.
All right, so you want to sneak towards the tents?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. I can also cast my familiar spell, and have that little dude.
Is that a ritual? I know for wizards it's a ritual, so it takes like an hour to cast.
I don't think so.
I think you.
Oh
Just
yes,
a minute.
you're right.
Yeah.
I would have to cast it as a
Because I
ritual.
think
You're
the
right.
first time you do it, you cast it as a ritual, and it takes the full amount of time, and then every time,
I can
and then you
summon.
can always choose to dismiss it permanently or just temporarily, but you have to spend at least an hour to do that.
You're right. It does.
Initially.
That's the first line in the book. Okay, so I'm gonna sneak around. I'm gonna go and go to the tent. How is that laid out?
So what's closest to you right now are the really, really big wagon, and then next to it is the smaller wagon with the bars and the black cloth, and then on the far side by the rocky hills are the 3 tents.
Okay. I'm going to ignore the big wagon right now and creep over. Or you know what? Fuck it. Let's check it out. I'm gonna approach the big wagon. I have an hour, so let's. Why not?
Make your stealth check, please,
Stealth check. Cool.
to be silent.
I rolled an 8.
Okay,
Oh boy.
let me roll some stuff.
Oh.
Wow, no one is paying attention. As you get closer, you begin to hear a gentle strumming of a lute and a beautiful female voice singing this ballad. So everybody was apparently entranced by that and not paying attention to you.
Yeah, I'm resistant to being charmed, so that's sweet.
You don't think it's magic, you think it's just a real pretty song.
Really pretty song. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
Everyone's just
Cool.
like, oh, this is my jam.
Somebody's playing music from inside the large.
In the camp area, so they're all singing taps. It's great.
Oh.
Okay, so as you walk up to the large tent, the large caravan. That's the word. You can actually see now as you get closer to the inside ring of the area. So there's a huge bonfire that's roaring and a bunch of people sitting around it. You can see there are. Let me find my notes. Where did I put them? I have too many papers, guys.
Mm.
Nothing makes sense.
she's going off by herself, I wanna be traveling around at like another angle of the camp.
Yeah, same.
Oh my
Try
god.
to link around to the other side by the tents.
Where are my notes? Oh, they're there. They were under my PHP. Okay. I almost had
So
a
distressed.
So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 people seated around this campfire. So the one who's playing on the lute is a young woman. She's got like a pale blonde hair and a pixie cut. She looks very delicate, probably elven or sylvan of some kind. You can tell from this distance, but you're not exactly sure. And she's in brightly colored red and gold robes. So
maybe
very
a sun
performer looking, sort of. And then sitting next to her is an older, gruff looking man who's got, you see 2 bandoliers strung across his chest and then 2 large swords at his back. And he's there cleaning what looks like a bunch of daggers. You think maybe that go in the bandoliers? And then sitting quietly, kind of glaring at everybody else on a stump, is a very, very tall looking man with sunken-in cheeks and like oily black hair. He's dressed in all black with these silver things embroidered on his robe. You can't really tell what they are from this distance. And then there's another.
He's got stuff stitched
silver,
on his robes?
yeah, they're like silver embroidered something, some kind of pattern, but you can't tell from where you are. And then there's a 4th figure who's a really misshapen looking little man. You think maybe like a hunchback of some kind, very small of stature, so maybe like a gnome or dwarf or halfling. You can't really tell as he's sitting down. And yeah, so those are actually the 4 people sitting around the campfire. There are only 4.
Okay. I was just taking notes. Okay, I'm
And they're all sitting there listening to the woman play her song.
okay, very lovely.
So you want to keep sneaking around?
Yeah, I want to go press forward and make my way toward the tents.
Okay. So as you pass by the largest caravan, you can see there's one door entrance. So imagine one of those rounded caravans, like kind of the
Covered
gypsy
wagon.
caravans. You might see, yeah, covered wagon. And there's one round, bright blue door. And it says funhouse on the sides in silver letters. And then so you sneak by that, and as you move around the second wagon that's covered with black cloth, you hear lots of like chittering and moving and scratching sounds coming from the inside.
Safe to assume that's where she keeps a lot of the animals.
Maybe. And as you keep on moving, you go to the 2 like rough spun looking tents. So these are typical travelers' tents. Probably could sleep about 3 people. And then you get to the big purple and silver tent. Make a perception check for me.
I gotta change dice. This sucks. I got a 10.
Fuck you guys. Okay. Yep, you can't hear anything.
And I don't see. There's no. Okay, I want to go check underneath. This is my last thing that I want to investigate before I make my way back to where we're hiding out. I wanted to see what's underneath the black cloth of the cage that's very magical.
Okay. So you sneak back over to, this was the wagon where you heard all the chittering and noise coming from.
Okay.
And so you go and lift up the corner, and you see flashes of a bunch of different colors as you're looking in there. And as you lift the corner, the screeching and the chittering sounds become worse, and you find yourself staring into the face of what looks like a macaw. As it's like, and it like moves and pokes its beak out and is like,
Aww.
and it does the thing where its feathers like move up, and it's the most beautiful bird you've ever
Like
seen.
a cockatoo?
This gorgeous, white bird with pink wings staring at you. And you can see that it's sitting on a branch, that rings the entire bottom of the cage, and there are a ton of other birds that are all lined up.
Are they covered with magic? Like, is the big snowy
The
owl
birds
there?
are all magical, like the snowy owl.
I'm gonna take out of my robe because I had some food that I had still kept from when Ronnie cooked us. Yeah, I'm gonna. Birds eat meat sometimes.
Yeah,
so I'm
birds
gonna
eat
take
anything.
I'm gonna take a little piece out and offer it to the precious animal before me.
Make an animal handling check.
Watch your fingers.
You just shove it into its beak.
That's gonna be
Open up, Polly.
13.
Okay, so you've never really fed a bird before, so as you hold out the little piece of meat, it goes excited and like bites at it and takes a chunk of your finger with it.
Ah!
Ouch.
I'm gonna
Birds
bite.
suck if you don't know.
I'm gonna bite my tongue and just be like, okay, time to move on.
It seems very happy. It does the little
Little
feather thing.
I'm still. I try not to react because I'm still just loving
Yeah,
this
bobs its
bird.
head.
So I'm gonna gently release the cloth to make my way back to where Kara and Saya are.
Okay, make another stealth for me, please.
Rolled it.
And change your dice. Thank you.
Again, yeah. I rolled a 14.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so you managed to sneak away from the camp and back into the tree line. You don't think anybody has noticed you.
Cool. Hey guys, so this is what I saw. There are 4 people sitting around a campfire. Just a little bit about what they look like. There's an elf. I think she's an elf. Blonde and has really good voice. She's got a great voice, and she's singing. And there's this old gruff dude with some bandoliers. Looks pretty grouchy. And then there's this
He
tall.
sounds like a hunk.
Was he old?
He's got lots of scars. He's probably, I don't know, maybe late 20s, 30s.
Oh, I was
Oh, it's
thinking
exactly
of some
my
like
type.
60-year-old.
So he looks like a man who has seen a lot of shit.
Okay. Like the Hound and
He gives you, yeah, a veteran vibe.
word. And then I saw this other guy. He's like tall with like really black oily hair, and he's got this robe that's got like silver embroidery all over it, but I couldn't really make out what it was. And then there's this like hunchback dude that might be a gnome or a halfling. He's just hanging out. But those guys are over at the fire, and then there's these big. I just explained all of it and explained that I had a really cool moment with this little bird, and I was more excited about that than anything
Your
else.
fingers bleeding.
There was a bird too, guys.
Yeah, look, it bit me.
I can't help but imagine that one oily-haired dude as Severus Snape.
Oh yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Richmond is this guy.
I could not find Ronnie. I didn't see her, but I got kind of freaked out. I didn't want to get caught, so I ran back.
You should try
Alright.
circling around to the other side. Maybe she's in a tent or something.
Yeah, I still think we should try and split or something. Someone take the high ground and the low ground.
Well, are
Do
we
the
trying to
thing.
like
Yeah,
go?
I'm totally
into one
for
of-
that.
What were we saying, Brittany?
Are we trying to go into one of these tents, or should we just? I mean, obviously, if we walk up to them, they're gonna know that they were followed. Or could we pretend like we
Yeah, they
stumbled
clearly
upon
didn't want anyone following them if they got here with all this shit somehow through that forest. I want to go around through like the mountainous side and try and get some higher ground to like get a top-down view.
Okay,
Oh,
so,
Just to see
interesting.
how many people are in here, how we can sneak around.
so the way the mountain would be set up, you'd have to go up pretty far to get elevation to look down, and by that point it would be too hard to see. So they're right at the foot of the mountain. So imagine there's forest, there's a little clearing, then there's kind of chaparral area as it's moving up into the mountains, and that extends for probably about half a mile before you would get any actual.
Okay, it's not a very steep
Elevation.
mountain.
Well, not yet. It becomes very steep off in the distance. You can see.
Okay.
I feel like it's gonna be hard to. I mean, should we just follow, like, camp out in one of the trees and then see where they go in the morning and like take watch, or does somebody want to
that's
just
a good
walk
idea.
up and?
So it is about 8 or no, about 9 at night now. So they would probably all be going to sleep soon.
Okay.
All right. Should we wait until the dead of night and then sneak into the camp?
Ooh,
I don't
also
know.
a good idea.
Well,
After
I
they
don't
put
know.
out their campfire and everything.
I'll use some stealth.
Let's
Yeah.
let's camp out for now. I feel like
Yeah.
that's the most we could do.
Yeah, I don't know how to handle this. I think in real life I'd probably just like trail them and find a good moment to like approach and be like, "Hey, can I travel with you guys?"
It probably
But-
look a little suspicious.
Yeah.
I really want to go on top of one of the caravans and like fly for a little while, just chill on the roof.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Awesome.
All right.
Well,
So
I'll take
you
the
guys
first
wait.
watch.
Okay. So are you guys camping, like preparing for a long rest, or are you just watching for a bit?
I'd like to post up in a tree and try to be as hidden as possible. And I think we should all do that because they're probably going to have people watching, maybe doing rounds.
So we should all go up in the trees.
Maybe.
Getting this ass up in a tree is not
I
possible.
could probably do that.
This ass
I
don't.
mean,
I don't know about the dwarf, but
I have
Carrie, I
Maybe.
imagine you have got some pretty sweet survival skills and camouflage or being able to find a good spot to so somebody doesn't like accidentally
I
step
will-
on you.
I will pose as a rock.
Yeah, I think I don't know. That's what I think. What do you guys want to do?
I want to go on top of a caravan.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb a tree.
All right, sweet. So before we do all that, you guys just want to make an audacity check real quick, make sure everything is going well. I'm trying to incorporate this in
Yeah.
to make life easier.
Yep.
Sweet.
It's gone.
Pokey pokey.
Yep.
All right. So you guys are posting up. Who's taking watch, or are you all staying awake?
I mean, if you, I'll take first active watch, unless if you guys wanted to.
I'm
poke
staying
around.
awake too. Do I need to make any kind of things? I'm trying. I want to be on top of one of those things, whatever the closest.
Oh, you want to do that
Yeah.
right now? You
Yeah.
don't want to wait for them to go to sleep?
I want to be there and watch them go to sleep.
Okay.
Oh, weirdo.
So make a stealth check for me.
Can I
Could
make
also
sure
be
I'm up in
messing
a
everything
tree
up.
before she does that?
18.
Okay. And then you want to make your athletics Brit to get in a tree.
Oh yeah.
What is it with you guys and getting in trees?
That's what I
I
would
don't know,
do.
And we
I
don't
just
feel,
wanna
yeah, you just don't feel comfortable at ground level.
I don't. It feels like a great thing. I rolled a 14.
Okay. Sweet.
Your
so
strength. Our strengths are trees.
you scramble up into the tree, and you are very happy in your tree. And Saya, you make your stealth check, and you sneak back across the way Arnadel did before. And which caravan would you like to climb on top of?
The
There's
biggest.
the bird cage one, or the big one. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a athletics for me. Climb up.
Oh. Why don't I have that? 11.
Okay. So your stealth check was good enough that you managed to climb up on top of this thing without attracting notice, you
Sweet.
think.
Oh, I just think that was perfect. Nailed it.
That was the best climb ever. God, I'm so good at this.
I'm
And then
gonna
you-
solve this before everyone else.
So you lay flat on top of the caravan and watch the group, and you see the 4 people that Arnadel saw before. Actually, make an additional perception check to see if you can pick up any more details.
Oh.
Now that you're closer.
Ooh. Perception. That would be 21.
Okay. Wow. Shit. That's really good.
Cool.
Alright, so additional details. So the little hunchback guy you're looking at, you can definitely tell it's a gnome, but there's something physically wrong with it. Like his shoulder seems out of place, and he's wearing this very misshapen kind of, it almost looks like a jester's costume. It's this weird patchwork cloth. And then the man in the black robe, you can now look at the silver embroidery. They're all in the shape of curling snakes.
Ooh.
And then
The snake charmer.
the young woman You see that her ears aren't pointy, but there's still something off about her. She looks strange. If you want to make an Arcana or a Knowledge to see if you know what she is.
Arcana or knowledge. Wait, well, there isn't a knowledge. That she is.
Sorry, Arcana or Nature.
Okay. Oh, I got learned nothing. Either way, it's a 7.
Okay. Fiddling with my recording. 7. Okay, you're not sure. You're like, I don't know, elf.
What is that? What is that?
Who's that? I don't know. You have no idea. Okay, and then, yeah, so Corin, you can tell. Oh, sorry, just told you his name. Oop. The older guy, you see his name. He's wearing a charm bracelet that says Corin on it. It looks very odd on his leathery, tanned, battle-worn skin.
Mm-hmm.
But there it is.
The bracelet.
Jewelry on his armor.
Yeah, it's emblazoned on there, like somebody, like Nike. It's got a check. It says Corin.
Cool. Corin.
Great. Okay, and then so you post up there for about an hour, and then everybody starts getting up, and the bard puts away her instrument, and somebody's pouring water on the fire, and everybody's heading back into the 2 tents.
So those are the only people I see? I don't see anyone else?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah.
So the guy with the silver robe and the little hunchback go into the left tent, and then the woman and Corin go into the right tent. And then nobody goes into the big purple tent with the silver stars. You're not in a tent, you're on top of a caravan.
Well, yeah, but no one went into that.
No.
Okay. And this isn't the bird one, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then...
Right. So it seems everything goes quiet.
Alright. I'll wait.
You begin to hear snoring coming from the left tent.
Good. They're all asleep.
You're not sure if the
Can
tent
they
or if it's
see me?
Cara.
Can they see me from where I am? My crew? You guys?
Do you make perception checks?
16.
Okay, so you tracked Soya's movements, and you can see her posted up on top of the caravan. But it's really hard to see her. Like, almost only every time she pokes her head up for a moment, you're able to see, but there's, like, a crowning design on the top, which allows her to hide flat.
How many feet away is she from me?
About 40.
Okay. I can't.
I'm trying to signal over to you, like, hey, guys,
Okay, you're just out of my range to talk to you telepathically. So.
Damn it.
We went over there in the Sisters of Sorrow training. We went over the hand signals.
Yeah, perfect.
So I'm gonna slink down from the tree and
Slink? You want to roll a slink check?
Yeah.
I'm being facetious. You don't have to roll a slink.
Okay, I'm like really glad because I rolled it too.
You're not very slinky.
Fall on your face.
Slinky is not an adjective I would use to describe that.
Slinking? Yeah. Don't like predatory cats like slink through the forest.
Yes, that's not
exactly.
You.
No, that's not. Okay, so I'm gonna gruffly bear climb down the tree, and very quietly make my way over to Solye.
Sweet. Can you make a stealth check, please?
I'm gonna motion to Kara to follow.
Alright.
She's asleep.
Oh, thank God! This rolled.
Kara's asleep.
I rolled a
Arnadel? Kara's asleep.
Oh. Do I know that?
That's
I just right next to you. Motion. I don't look back. I just and if she follows
Don't her.
Okay.
You knew she was asleep. You were by her in the tree. She was laying at the bottom of the tree, and you were on top of the tree.
Sorry. I rolled a 22 for stealth.
Sweet. Wow.
I was trying to do math that whole time.
Are you doing anything about Kara?
I'm just gonna leave her.
Brilliant. She's
Good.
snoring
Good
softly.
Let her rest. She.
Can I
She
put?
does so much work.
I'm gonna put like a before. Okay, so with that 22 stealth, before I head to her, I'm gonna put a blanket over her or her cloak or something so she cannot be very visible.
Okay.
Can I do
That's so
that?
nice of you. Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna take.
You're
I'm
putting
gonna
a
take.
cloak over her to... Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put a cloak over her so she's not. I'm gonna put some branches and stuff so she's not like, just to disguise her. Let her rest.
It goes with the twigs that are already in her hair. It's great.
Yeah. I
Sweet.
look back
Alright,
to
so
see what my handiwork looks like to see if I'm like, all right, that's good enough. And
It looks great. You just dump a bunch of forest crap on top of Kara, and you're like,
She doesn't seem to
that's
mind.
great.
She's
super great.
not bothered by
No,
all.
Kara, you feel warm and snuggly all of a sudden. You're having such pleasant dreams.
She's just all curled up.
The scent of eucalyptus washes over you. Ah. Okay, so with a 22, yeah, you make it over to the caravan. And so,
Are there like any kind of windows or flaps or something that I can reach from on top of the caravan to look into?
like a
there's
smoke
the
hole.
door.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I'm down from the caravan.
No,
Um,
you could stick your head over, and the door is carved
Oh,
to
okay.
be as big as the entrance, the side.
I do
to this
that?
thing. You want to open the door?
I want to look in. Yeah.
Make a... No, that's not a thing. Never mind. You open the door, and it's really hard to open because the door is obnoxiously large, comically large, one might say. But you reach down and turn the handle and open it up, and there's a squeaking sound. And you stick your head in, and it looks like a black space. There's no lighting on the inside. You can tell, like, there's shadows of furniture in there. Yeah.
I
Okay.
reach out telepathically to Thalia so we don't make any noise. Like, do you need some help? I've got dark vision.
No, I don't need help. I got this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some real funky ninja moves and like flip and try and do like a tumble and land inside the caravan through the door.
Okay, make an acrobatics, please.
Ooh. Even with my +6,
Oh, no.
I got a 10.
Okay, so you fall off of the edge of the roof, and you catch on the door, so you're like swinging on the inside of the door as you're going, and you manage to like cat land to keep your balance on this door.
Nice.
But
Still pretty cool.
so that once you land on the side of the door, it begins to swing closed, and you're like, crap, 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 and you let go so your fingers don't get stuck, and you fall inside of the wagon, and you hear a slamming sound, and you're encased in total darkness.
Oh god.
Arnadel, you see after your companion tumbles into the wagon, and then the door closes behind her, and you don't hear anything.
Okay, I'm gonna wait like a minute.
What?
60 seconds.
You're not gonna come see if I'm okay?
I'm telling you inside, just sit. I tell you, sit tight. I just want to make sure nobody is coming. I'm gonna wait.
Okay. I wait a moment before moving when I land. Do I hear anything?
Okay, yeah.
Both of you make perception checks for me, please.
God damn it. A 10.
Okay.
Trying to find it. 16.
So, Arnadel, you don't hear anybody moving around in the camp, so you don't think anybody heard. You continue to hear the snoring coming from the other side
Okay.
of the camp.
I'm like, okay, okay, you Saya.
Alright, so, Soye. Sorry, shit.
Saw ya.
Saya. So, you're looking around, total darkness. You can't see it. You don't have dark vision or anything, right?
No.
Nope.
But I don't hear anything. Like nothing's happening inside there.
Or
Just where I am.
wait. You wait for a moment, and it's terrifyingly silent and dark, and then you hear a sound like a match striking, and off in the distance, you see what looks like a candle light. For a moment, it flares up, and then it's reflected back at you from all over the series of hallways that you realize you've walked into, and you see there are mirrors on all sides of you.
The funhouse! This is so bad!
And someone just lit a candle. This is scary as shit. Okay.
Can you see
who? You see your own terrified reflection staring back at you from all directions.
Oh my god, okay.
In my telepathic message to you, get me the fuck out of here. There's something going on. Where's the door? I'm trying to find the door.
Okay, hold on.
No, Arnadell, you can't hear anything.
Oh shit. Okay, well, playing off of what I would normally do in this situation, I very quietly make my way over, assuming that she's just comfortably sitting inside, and I attempt to quietly open the door.
Okay, make a stealth.
Okay, can I take the remaining bacon from my robe and grease the hinges?
You WD-40 the shit out of this door. Great.
Yeah, can I
get advantage on your stealth?
Okay. Yeah, you way to be smart.
I love it.
Bacon grease for the win.
I feel like
sweet.
that
I'm
there's
totally
an
would be so
inspiration
proud.
point.
So I rolled a what's 18 plus 4?
22.
That's what I got.
Sweet. Alright, so you open the door and manage to avoid that creaking sound. And as you look inside, you have dark vision, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so you look inside, and there appears to be, there are shelves lining both sides of this like huge wagon on the inside. You can see lots of little jars. There seems to be another door on the other side of this place. But it seems like a storeroom where they would keep all their stuff. There's some poles scattered on the ground.
I quietly.
You don't see, so yeah.
I mentally reaching. I'm like, Saya.
You can't feel her presence.
Ooh. Okay, I'm very unnerved by this because I know I saw her.
Are you going inside? You're just on the outside right now. Yeah?
I'm just on the outside.
Okay. So there's a door on the other side. So it feels like she went out of your range. It also doesn't make sense because that door would technically be on the other side
of the
caravan. So you think maybe there's another entrance, but you didn't see one on the outside.
Yeah, this sounds like what is that, House of Leaves or whatever. I'm kind of freaked out, and I feel like I probably would have read about some weird magic shit like this.
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I got a 12 plus a 5, and it'd be a 17.
Okay, so there is definitely magic that can extend, a space of something, doors that would lead to other places. There are dimensional doors, there are other planes, portals, and the wagon is magical, so they might have something on it, so it's one of those TARDIS effects, like this space is larger on the inside than
bigger on the
outside. Yeah.
Do I feel confident that I would, if I were to go in, I would know how to get out of the magical space?
You don't know, because you don't know. The magic would be opening the door, basically, to somewhere else, but you don't know the rules of whatever space it's opening up to. You understand the rules of how you would get there.
Yeah. I'm going to, I don't know if I want to go in and rescue you.
You probably shouldn't do it alone.
Yeah, that's
you
kind of what I'm
probably
thinking.
come wake me up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm.
Yes, little selves.
Right, I'm gonna run back to quietly tiptoe back to where Kara is.
I'm so scared.
Hiding, sleeping, and wake her up and let how do you want me to just do that, or do you want me to roll stuff to get her and come back?
No, it's fine. You can just go get her.
I'm coming to get you and help you.
It'll be a little slap in the face, and she's like, "What?"
But I have my hand over your mouth so you don't accidentally yell. Like, come on. Salia disappeared. I think she's in another little. I think I understand what's going on, but I need your help. I don't want to do this by myself.
Alright, let's go.
Here we go.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna flash over to you, Nassim, for a moment.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Um,
You're surrounded by all these images of yourself, and you know there's a light that has been lit somewhere, but you can't tell exactly where it's from. You can't even tell like, what's walls, what's not.
Oh my god, this is terrifying.
hold on. See if I have anything helping me out here. And my traditions. Or not, I guess not. Then I will I don't know, does it look like there's any kind of path, or am I just...
It's hard to see.
Alright, I want to try and navigate through this, since I can't find the door. I'm going to try and...
Alright, so you walk forward, and you keep walking, and you feel like there's not a space there, but as you turn and like hold out your hands, you can feel the walls on each side of you. And so you merge forward and you come to a corner space where you can feel a corner on your left and a corner on your right. And then when you stick out your hand, the space seems to go still in front of you. So there seem to be 3 corridors.
I go right.
Okay, so you can feel all your way along the right, and then you feel another corner on your left as the hallway makes a left turn.
Okay. I continue forward. Can I try to hear stuff? Can I make another perception? Or...
Yeah, absolutely.
17.
It is eerily quiet where you are. All you can hear is the echo of your footsteps.
Did you pick up that candle, or are you following the light? Are you in range of the light?
You don't know where the light is coming from.
I can't tell its source.
But
yeah, so
the light is still there. It doesn't.
So it's like the whole space has been illuminated with this flickering candlelight. So somebody struck a match and lit a candle. You're not sure where it's coming from.
Alright, can I quickly say, like, hello?
Yeah. Your voice echoes back to you.
Oh, alright. Then I'm just moving forward. If you're gonna go, someone else go ahead, but I'm
gonna go back to these guys. Okay. Alright, so you two go back and open the door?
Yes.
You go inside.
I want to leave the... Can I wedge a stick so that the door doesn't slam closed behind us?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to... Yeah, I want to have it propped open so I can walk to the back and investigate that other door.
Sure.
So, and there's nobody in here?
No, there's no one inside.
So yeah,
I insist that I go first to be your burly protector.
Aww, you're so sweet.
I'll walk slightly to the side of you so I don't feel as guilty if you get hit with anything.
Great. So when you guys both step inside and stuck the stick in the door, you're standing around looking. It's a pretty large room, but you want to go look at the door on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it locked? Is it open?
It's not locked, but there's a handle. Do you want to turn it?
I want to look at it with magic to see if there's like a trap or something.
The whole wagon is magical. You can't tell specifically.
Okay.
Gonna knock on the door, see if anyone's home?
I guess I feel like I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab it.
She just shoves you out of the way and she grabs it and opens the door.
Okay.
All right.
So as you swing open the door, you're confronted with a horrifying demon face that's got like these huge white eyes that are like rolling back in its skull, and then you look at it for a moment and it's holding in its hand what appears to be a flag with the word bang on it, and then you hear a slam as the door on the other side of the cavern closes.
Oh shit.
And you find yourself in complete blackness.
And chops at the face, at the demon face.
So right.
Reflex like,
Okay, so as you swing your axe, and all the lights go out, and for a moment, even you, Britt, are totally encased in darkness. You hear the shattering of glass, Kara, as you made contact with something, and little shards like fly back in your face and sting. And then your vision levels out, and you find yourself in a hall of mirrors.
We're together.
The two of you are together, yes. And Kara has just sliced through the back wall, and so now you're looking at cement behind you.
Can I roll a perception check?
Mhm.
To see.
Nassim, Soya, you hear shattering and thumping coming from somewhere behind you, back in the tunnel somewhere, echoing.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. Right, so it's hard to see where you are or what directions you're going in. It appears to be a hallway system of some kind made of mirrors.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
So,
yell
okay.
out, "Saw ya!"
I have an idea, guys. So is
You
the
hear
door
you
that
hear the yells, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Saw ya!
Guys?
You
I'm
hear
really
each other.
scared.
It's echoing
I
and
have
sounds
an
far
idea.
away.
Is the door
What?
still behind us that we just came through?
No.
Okay. I want to find something that I can tie a rope to, so that we can walk through and we can have like our breadcrumb trail, so that we can find our way back to where we were. So we know where we've been.
Yeah.
Alright. What are you
Do you
putting
guys
down?
come to me? Do you want to come to me, or should I stay put? Are you guys? Can you hear me?
Stay put.
We're coming to you.
ya.
So
Okay.
we each, I think we all got like an explorer's pack, right? Or
Yeah.
some sort. We
Yeah.
each have 50 feet of hempen rope. Kara, let's combine forces. I'm gonna take my rope and tie it with yours. So now we have 100
Cool.
feet.
Sweet.
What should we tie it on? Can you like wedge your axe? Yeah. Do you have a weapon that we can like drive into the ground or?
Oh yeah, I can take out one of my hand axes and I'll chop it into the ground and I'll tie it around the handle.
Okay. If I was gonna say if you don't, I have a dagger I can spare.
Oh, I got hand axes for days, chickie.
Well, let me know if you need a dagger, and I'll spare one so you're not out of weapon. Not real good with fighting with weapons, but cool. Let's go.
Yeah, so we'll do
Alright,
that.
sweet. So you guys can work together to find where Soya is, so you can figure all that out.
Marco.
So
Hello.
using the hand system and determining where you're going, you can feel. Yeah. So you guys turn a right, and then Soya, you realize you can go back. I'll use compass directions to make life easier. So Soya, you realize you can go back to the south, and then you guys hang an east, and you meet in a corner.
Is anybody keeping track of this?
I'm drawing a little.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying
I
to
draw a
do.
little.
You got it. Cool. Cool.
Cause that's where.
Sweet. So you guys are starting at the just start at the bottom for me. So that
Okay.
place where it goes south, Sage. Just that's the beginning.
where
Sweet.
where Soye started.
Yep.
Ah,
Okay. So do we find each other?
Yes.
Um.
It's so spooky, and it's so loud now with all of the sound you're making. Everything's echoing around you.
how tall are the ceilings of this place, or is it like pretty shallow?
It's hard to say. You can't reach them with your hand. But the floor
God.
and the ceiling are mirrors as well. So all
Oh,
you're seeing are
Jesus.
these huge, just reflections, endless images of yourself projecting off into infinity all around you. It's very disorienting. You start to
Yeah.
feel kind of sick.
I want to do.
I think we should keep moving forward, guys. I need to get out of here.
Yeah. Okay. Alright.
Let's go down.
Yeah.
So right where you are, you can go north or you can go back to the west.
I feel like we should go north.
Didn't we just come from the north?
That's where Soya was, but she was standing at a crossroads. So
Yeah.
let me show you mine.
Okay.
Yeah, just so we're all working on the same map.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hide all my secrets. Ugh, can you see that?
Wait, a little bit.
Yeah.
So you started at that south where it says entrance,
Okay.
and you guys are in that corner.
Okay.
So we go back north, yeah.
Okay, does
You
that
wanna
make
go
sense?
north? Yeah. Let's go
Yeah.
north.
Okay. So you go north, and you get to an intersection where you can go west, north, or east.
Well, I made
North.
the last decision.
North?
Let's keep.
Going
We
forward.
should go east, and we should track out all of the right, and then slowly, gradually move back.
Okay. That
That
sounds
makes
good.
sense.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
So we
hang,
can-
let's go east.
Okay.
Well,
Methodically.
then in that case, should we go back to where we started and instead of go north, head east?
No, let's not backtrack. Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys want to go east?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to an intersection where you can go north or south.
North.
Okay. And then you're hanging a corner that goes to the east, and you can see at the end of the hallway a door.
Ooh.
Let's go. How
Okay,
much
to the
slack
door.
do we have on our rope, by the way?
Oh, so you had 50 feet, or are you tying it all together with 100?
We tied it together, so we had 100.
You still have a lot of slack.
Okay. And we still, if we run out of rope, we still have Sawya's rope that we can tie to it for another 50. Okay,
Yep.
cool. So let's go check out this door.
Okay, so it's like a large oaken door with a black handle.
Ooh. I don't think can I be safe in assuming that because we're inside of a magical place, detect magic is probably not going to serve me very much.
No, you're just going to see a shitload.
Oh, magic,
So
yeah.
even detect magic was on from before, and it's just a shitload of the same magic.
Yeah.
It's like
Um,
overwhelming.
Kara grabs at the handle to see if it's locked.
Okay. What's your AC, Kara?
19.
Oh, did that go up at all when we leveled? I didn't look at that.
No,
Or
your
no.
AC doesn't.
Okay.
it's
So
only when
at-
we get an ability score increase and you add to Constitution.
So, Kara,
For sure.
as you reach out and grab the handle, your hand sticks to it, and you can't turn it. And as you go, you're trying to turn it away. The door suddenly begins to twist, and a huge purple tongue comes out of it, goes and wraps around your arm. Can you make an opposed grapple check for me, please?
Fucking bring it.
Oh my god. While she does that, can I draw my dagger?
Yeah.
Or no, fuck it. I want to draw a sickle. I've got a sickle. I'm gonna draw.
I got a 22. Bring it on, tongue.
Okay, a 22, so it got... Damn it, okay. So you're able to, like, rip your hand away, and, like, you feel that, like, sticky adhesion substance, and the tongue lashes back and forth angrily. And you can see now the door opens up, and a series of teeth come out of it, wringing this tongue, and two glowing red eyes appear on the door. Alright, let's roll for initiative.
Holy shit. Oh, sweet. I got a natural 20.
Oh,
16.
nice. I got a 17.
Okay. Christine, what did you get?
16.
Alright. And then Kara?
17.
Okay. And then it can...
Ooh.
Alright, Britt.
I'm going to cast my favorite, Eldritch Blast.
Yay!
So this time I'm going to extend both of my hands in front of me and cast that directly at the door. I rolled a 25.
Okay, to hit its AC?
Yes,
Yes, that hits.
sweet. I think I roll a d10 for my damage, but let me double check. I forgot to pull my spell cards out so I could have them in front of me. Pardon. Pretty sure it's a D10.
That sounds right.
Yes, it is a D10. Sweet, I rolled a 6 for damage.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Alright, so this thing, as you fire off this bolt at this door, you see, like, the surface face of the door seems to ripple like water almost for a moment as its tongue wags back and forth angrily.
Did it
Okay.
absorb?
No, it looks like you hit it.
Okay,
But it's like the image of the door for a moment seemed to fade away. As it was like flesh being hit.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not good.
Alright.
Am I
Kara, the
like
tongue...
really disturbed by this?
Yeah, it's terrifying. So the tongue lashes out at you again, Kara, and you can see 2 additional tentacles seem to shoot out of the door, and they try to wrap around your axe. Make an opposed grapple for me, please.
I got a 17.
Ooh, okay, so it manages to wrap its tongue around you, and it pulls you in closer against the door, so it's pulling you closer into its teeth. You are grappled. Okay, Nassim.
I'm trying to find some elemental spells, but that's taking a lot of time. But, I don't know. I will try to pull her out of its tongue. Can I
Sure,
do
you
that?
want to try and grapple with the thing?
Yeah. With the thing or with her?
Well, so you want to... If you're trying to pull her away, it's still going to be a grapple check against the thing, because you're opposing its strength.
Okay, so just roll in plus strength? Or is there?
Yeah.
Oh no. Space.
Oh.
So nope. I just gotta run into its tongue.
So you like run, you're like trying to pull Kara away, and then one of the other tentacles moves in, and now you make a defensive opposed grapple, please. You
21.
incurred an attack of opportunity by field grapple.
21.
Okay, so it wraps one of its tentacles around your leg and begins pulling the both of you in, now together, drawing you closer and closer to the door. Kara, you can try and make an escape.
She sure is. Ooh, that's not too bad. Alright, 24.
Okay, shit. It does get advantage. Ooh, natural 20! God damn it! You did not manage to escape, and it draws you in even closer to you can see now the jaws are chomping down, and you know that any second now you are just gonna be... Alright, Britt. You're our only hope.
I'm kind of wondering if we should get eaten by the door.
What?
We're in a funhouse.
You wouldn't be wondering that if you were currently being dragged towards its mouth, okay?
Alright,
That's
this is true, but
both are equally good arguments.
It's a split-second thought as I charge up to cast another, well, shit, I've got one more spell slot, so maybe I can... I think Witch Bolt is a little bit more powerful. So,
Hell yeah.
considering that I'm slightly panicked and wanting to help you guys, I'm going to cast Witch Bolt. Guys, we have somebody watching us live and just sent me a message. Hi.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out.
let's see. Okay, so yeah, I get the opportunity to get a little bit more damage on that, but I would make a ranged spell attack. Let me do that.
Sweet.
Thank God. I rolled an 18. I get to add a 14 to that for my spell attack bonus.
Jesus. Yes,
So-
that hits. That's, yep. Super duper hits.
How is it even happening?
Holy God.
So I get to roll a d12. Where's a d12?
And afterwards, it automatically hits every time, as long as you maintain concentration with it.
With Witch Bolt? Sweet. Cool.
Yeah.
I get to... 11 damage.
Whoa.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you blast the frick out of this thing, you both feel, Kara and Soya, the tendrils that have been wrapped around you kind of like tighten for a minute and then begin to loosen as they kind of spindle back and like shoot back into the door. So imagine like when you let go of a measuring tape, they like shoot back in, and you guys are
like
like
an attack of opportunity.
Hang on.
Okay.
Just let me story. So the door shoots back like a measuring tape, and both of you are able to regain your footing. And then you start to see the door shimmers again, and the door almost appears to melt before you, as you see this thing no longer is pretending to be a door, but it becomes this amorphous purple blob that's beginning to roll on the ground towards you, and all you see are the chattering of teeth and a hissing sound as it makes its way. And as you suddenly hear a slam coming from the other side of you, and as you turn to look at the opposite end of the hallway, you see another door exactly the same to the one you just saw appear on the other side of the hallway.
God damn it.
And that's where we're ending today.
God damn it.
Okay, I'm writing a note saying that I have Witch Bolt honed in, so I could, if I wanted to cast again, I could just hit him.
Yeah. So I have notes on its HP and its ongoing effects. Cool. Ongoing Witch Bolt. And you guys are no longer grappled. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Let's do some XP.
That was a really
you just
good
had
one.
to go into the funhouse, didn't you?
Yeah.
God damn it,
There's a door. Your PCs will open it.
I feel like we
Curious
had,
little monk.
you were very careful to point out that big blue door. I'm like, we're going in there. As soon as you're like, it says funhouse, I'm like, fuck, we're totally going in there.
Yeah.
Guys, this is kind of what you're fighting, except
Oh.
this is its chest.
Oh, I hate
form.
those things.
Fuck
That's called
those
a
guys.
mimic.
Great.
Okay. So, XP. All right, so we started off with the recap. Awesome job, everybody, remembering everything we did, and then talking about your level. So everybody take 100 for that. And then we found the carnival. You guys managed to follow the owl to its destination, and you guys did a lot of good scouting, investigating, getting information ahead of time, walking prepared, all yourself. Went super well, surprisingly. So everybody take 200 for all that and all the role-playing. And then getting into the fun house. So Arnell for making the great decision to go back and get Kara. Backup was a super good idea. Take 50 XP for that, Britt. And Soya for all your cool shenanigans on top of the caravan and like getting in there and watching and, you know, being the first to open a door. That was always good. Brave. Take 50 for that. And Kara for your reaction of slicing your blade directly into the center of trouble and just charging forward. Take 50 for that. And then for the great idea to tie your ropes together so you could track and figure all that out in the funhouse, everybody take 50. And then Kara or Sage for map making, that's always very important, take 50. Okay, and then the fight with the mimic, so we're not concluded on that yet, but everybody for the beginning part of that, take 200.
Nice.
Right.
Good stuff.
Cool. Well, awesome
Yay.
game, you guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Again, my name is Celeste Konowich. I have been your dungeon mistress, and you can find me at ckonowich on Twitter, and then also make sure to follow the Venture Maidens page on Facebook and on Twitter. Please, we love your support, and we're just getting this thing rolling, so we need all of you. You guys want to go around and plug anything?
Are we allowed to plug our shows?
Let's hold off on that for right now.
Okay.
I'm just going to be sassy pants and say, if you've been watching, you'll already know that my Twitter and Instagram are listed on the other episodes. Gets redundant.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, go watch the other ones to find out.
Yeah.
to find out secret information. All right, well, I also want to do
Easter eggs.
a special thank you to Paul Harping for doing the intros to our episodes. And then I'd also like to say thank you to @Anxious Sounds for providing our track out music. It's called Roll for Initiative. We're pretty stoked about it. So thank you everyone so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Huzzah!
Bye, guys.
Oh no, where's the button? Not again.
Every
Oh
time.
no, not again!
Not again. Okay, wait, I found it. Stop.
Okay, bye.